Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're good, hope you're well guys. Today we're in issue 3 of the Millennium Falcon build. Sit back, relax guys, enjoy the video, and please, if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button, and please remember to give it a big like. We'd really appreciate that guys. So yeah, we're at issue 3 of the Millennium build. Let's crack on. Okay then guys, let's have a look through this week's issue of the Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. I can't get over how glossy these magazines are guys, really good quality. You can tell they've put money into doing this build. Bear with me as well guys, I don't know if you're bothered or not, but a few splits in my hand there. It's working in the cold guys, it's freezing in the UK at the minute. -6 on average, -7 at night, so it's really cold guys. Just move a bit of the Titanic engine out the way there. There we go. So yeah, you've got usual content in here about the X-Wing there, which again is on the channel guys, check it out in the playlist if you want to see that build. Got Luke Skywalker. Yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan guys, even if you're not building this build and you want to watch these videos, just to let you know, there's some good stuff in these mags if you do decide to build this Millennium Falcon. I mean, look at all the content here. Bespin settlements, showing you all different worlds, what are in the Star Wars movie, etc. You got Chewbacca there, Han Solo, Princess Leia, I think that is, yeah. Cool films, I love them. I love Star Wars. It's one of my, well, that was one of my favourite, all of them was my favourite films when I was a kid growing up, like all of us. But yeah, you've got snippets here, look, of each of the movies. I mean, there's the iconic look with Chewie, Han Solo, flying the Millennium Falcon, and the cockpit. That's what's going to be featured in today's video guys, which has already been done, so I've got to recap that for you, because all these parts, which you'll see in a sec, were all glued, and there's no way I can obviously take those off now. But again, more pictures of the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and lots of information as well guys. Pretty cool these mags are. There we go, there's a cockpit again, showing you all the displays. That's a nice picture, Han Solo and Princess Leia. Such a shame that she passed away a few years ago. Such a shame. Big part of my life, these was when I was growing up, Star Wars movies. Always on at Christmas. Christmas, guys, next week. Oh, how scary is that? Anyway, back to the mag. These are the parts that I had and that we've got this week in the mag. Basically, we've got the hull plating, which is this part here, which I'll show you in a sec. Cockpit door, which is there, which is already assembled. Cockpit door panel, which is number 3. Where's that? Yeah, so these two, you've got the door and the panel. Like I say, those two already assembled. Then you've got 4, which is the control yokes. Those are so tiny guys, but again, I'll show you those in a second, because all the cockpit's been assembled basically. But just to let you know guys, it's not a recap build this ain't. It's just the odd week you're going to see stuff what I can't take apart because they've been glued together, whatever. So I'll just have to show you what's already been built basically. So just bear with these odd weeks what I've got things built guys. It's not going to be that every week. Next week I think we're doing some more of the paneling on the outside of the Millennium, so it's back to business next week. 6, we've got the pilot seats, pretty cool. And then 7, you got the passenger seats. And then we go straight in to assembling it, and that's it. There is 11 instructions, and then you got the instrument panel as well, and you got some more the shot, the filming of the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars. And next week guys, as you can see, as I just said, we've got more frame members, fixings, and the front of the cockpit console. So yeah, I'll be putting those together for you next week, so it's back to building next week guys. And yeah, it's going to be coming out next week's issue 4 it'll be Christmas Eve, guys. I'm going to post that up. So it'll be a nice Christmas Eve treat for you. If you want to get away from the Christmas madness just for a few minutes before you enjoy Christmas the day after. So right, let's have a look and see what we've got here. Right, so if I just get this Millennium cockpit up. There we go, take that off a minute, guys. Now, what I'll do is, because it's already fitted in together, I'm just going to show you each part what's already in. So you've got the door and the door panel, the cockpit door and the cockpit door panel, which is that part there. Now if you look, that's just there, guys. You've got the door and the panel. I hope that comes off as good as it looks, really, to be honest. It's pretty cool. So there's the door and the panel. And then you've got 4, which is the control yokes. So that's there. I'm going to try and zoom in. There you go. Just get focus on the camera. Pretty cool, that does. What do you think? It's amazing. Bit of dust on there. I've got to blow that dust off. But there are the control yokes. And then we have the pilot seats. Now, for all you eagle eyes out there, which I've obviously noticed, and I did when I did this issue, the seats in the instructions here are red. Now, on the model, they're brown. Now, I'm sure someone could comment down below what colour the seats were in the movies. I think the brown do look like a tan brown, do look better than red, to be fair, but I'm not sure if there was ever red in the movies. So I'm not sure why that happened and why they put red seats and then brown seats for the actual model. What I'm going to do, guys, is zoom that in again. I mean, these are plastic, but look at the detail on those, guys. Brilliant. But please bear with me, guys, with just these little bits of recaps. It's not going to be a weekly thing. It's just, like I've said, parts what I can't take apart. Just going to recap it, and then it's going to be the odd issue, that is. And then once we've got through those little certain videos, what I've had to do like this, it's going to be mainly built, well, all of it's going to be building. See that out? I know what I meant then. I was tongue-tied a bit. Right, and then we've got the pilot seats. So we've got the pilot seats and the passenger seats. Pilot seats there, and the passenger seats at the back. Pretty cool. I made a mess of that, didn't I? Guys, it's just not a rebuild. It's going to be a fresh build weekly, apart from parts like this. You know what I mean. Right, so that is basically what I had to build in this issue 3. Put the control yokes in, to the door panel and the actual door, and put all the seats in. Now, as you can see here, to do the bulkhead, all it was basically, if you can see that there, that's like a circle, a semicircle. And if you look at the instructions, it's just stuck on. So basically you stuck the surroundings on, all the gimmicky lights, which are there. So that's just stuck on. And then if you look here in instruction 3, you carefully put the door and door panel together, and then you slotted that in between the back bulkhead there. And that's what we come up with then. That's what I come up with when I built it. And then fitting the cockpit seats and levers. If you can see there, basically you've got the floor, if you want to call it the floor, and all it was doing is putting the 2 back seats in, and then what you did then is you put the 2 pilot seats in, and then that was the result. 2 seats there, 2 seats at the back, and you can see that part there is that bit. I do hate doing this recap, but it can't be out for this, guys. I had no choice, sorry about that. And then what I had to do, which was a bit fiddly but fun, is put all these cockpit controls in. Let me just zoom that in for you. There they are. Put all these cockpit controls in. Bit fiddly, but it wasn't too difficult, to be fair. And then once all the cockpit controls were in, that was the finished outcome there, which obviously you can see now. The 4 seats and all the cockpit controls. And then finally, what we had to do then is put the instrument panel, which is this part here. So I put those cockpit controls in, along with the 4 seats, and this bulkhead, not bulkhead, what should we call it? Cockpit. The control console, that's what they call it in the instruction. That was then pushed on to the floor, the front floor of this Millennium Falcon. And that was what was done in this stage. Oh, and before I leave it there, guys, this is another part what I had in this this issue. So if I leave that there, this was the outer hull plating, which if you can see by the diagram, that's where it's going to sit on top of the Millennium Falcon. Detail, it's amazing, guys. Look at that. They've gone to town with this build, to be fair. It's so cool, and it will be cool when it's built as well. But you can see all the pipes on the outer of the Millennium. If I remember right as well, for example, a little preview here, some of these pipes had to be put on by me. You had to glue them on, but look at the detail on that. But yeah, that's for a later issue, guys. But yeah, please, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the bit of a recap in this week's issue. It's just one of them things, as I've said over and over again, they're already glued in position now, so I couldn't do nothing about that. But guys, it's back to business next week. Let's just quickly look before I end this video. Yeah, as you can see, issue 4, more of the frame members, and we'll be looking at more of the cockpit. So it's a bit of build and a bit of recap next week. Please come back next week, guys, to check out this wicked build of the Millennium Falcon. And take a look at my channel as well, guys, if there's anything on there that you want to watch, and give us a nice sub and a nice big like. Would really appreciate that. See ya. Do hope you enjoyed this week's video of the Millennium build, guys. I do apologise. I hope you understand that there wasn't a lot of building in this week's issue, which I did say that for the first few issues I'm doing, but I'm trying to make a build every week for you guys on this build today as a recap. But obviously, because all these details, the cockpit details, etc., had been stuck in, there's no way I could take them apart to show you and rebuild them, if that makes sense. But looking at the mag, if you can see that there, which is issue 4 of the Millennium build, we're back to building next week, guys, so just bear with these odd weeks if there's no building. Like I've said, I don't want this channel just to be a recap channel. It's only the Star Wars X-Wing really what I'm doing. Check that out in the playlist, guys. What's going to be a lot of recapping for a certain amount of time for the next few weeks or months. But this, guys, I don't want it to be a recap build. It's not going to be a recap build. I think I've done, if I remember right, 10 to 15 issues already built, but I'm going to debuild them off camera, so I can pull them across to you every week as a fresh build, if that makes sense. Apart from things like this week, when it was cockpit details, and I think there's another issue maybe or two where you've got like the table area, the hologram table area, which has already been done and stuck together with glue, etc. Things like that, guys, I'll just obviously have to talk you through, and we'll have to deal with those videos when they come through. But next week, as you can see here, issue 4, we are building some more of the, let's have a look, more of the frame members, fixings, and the front of the cockpit console. So again, I'll be doing the framework, that would be like a fresh bit of the build, and then just recapping over the little bits what's already been glued in or whatever. But I hope you understand that, guys. Guys, if you're not subscribed and you're new to the channel, please give us a big like and subscribe. Would really appreciate that. Just gets the algorithm going. I am now on 272 subscribers, and I'm overwhelmed with that, guys. So really, I'm a quarter of the way of getting 1,000 subs to start getting monetized. The hours are building up. I've got to get 4,000 hours watch time, but I think I'm nearly on 1,000 hours watch time, 272 subs. So you could say really I'm a quarter of the way there of getting my dream come true of being monetized on YouTube. And obviously when you get monetized, guys, if you don't know about YouTube, that's when all the fun begins. Story short, I might be able to bring a lot more to the channel and keep evolving the channel, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, please smash that subscribe button, give us a big like, would really appreciate that. Do hope you enjoyed this week of issue 3 of the Millennium Falcon build. Next week it'll be back, issue 4. Subscribe and like, and come back next week for the Millennium Falcon. See ya. Peace.